Hi, lovelies! I wanted to discuss one of Dick Grayson's first solo investigations. It happens during the story The Masked Menace of the Boys' School, which was published in July 1940 in Detective Comics issue 41, written by Bill Fingers and drawn by Bob Kane. Let's jump right into it, shall we? The story starts with a little summary of the story I had on the title panel, and because this is the first time I review anything, I have to point out how much I love the short introduction. It's such a neat and simple way to bring a new reader up to speed about who the people are and what they do, without spoiling the story itself. A homicidal maniac breaks out from an asylum. A while later, on the grounds of Black's private school for boys, a strangled man is found, and at the same time a boy disappears. Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson, Batman and Robin the Boy Wonder respectively, read about the incidents in the newspapers. Because neither Bruce nor Batman can investigate at the school, Dick is enrolled. During the enrollment process, Mr. Greer rushes in, furiously demanding if it's true that he's being discharged because he failed a student for cheating. He storms away after he got his confirmation by Mr. Blake and promises to fix him. During the next panels, we get a feel for the rest of the staff. Mr. Grease, the art instructor, very talented and proud of himself too. Dick even thinks he's a modest guy. I just love that boy's attitude. We also meet Mr. Hooch, who's described as reserved by the director. The art instructor points out that he doesn't trust Mr. Hooch after he had left. Bruce gives a few final instructions to Dick and leaves. Dick immediately gets to work and starts speaking with his fellow students. I guess gossiping is a great way to learn information about your fellow students, even if they aren't there. Through the gossip, we learned that Ted Spencer, the missing boy, probably had a diary and that the police had searched for it but hadn't found it. The same night, Robin sneaks through the school searching for the diary. He of course finds the diary and starts reading the last entry. Spencer had seen a masked man walking down the corridor and decided to tell the principal about it. And then the diary is taken from Robin by the masked man, who makes a run for it. Robin chases him and punches him in the face, but the boy Wonder is taken out by a shell to his head. Robin loses the suspect and laments about not being able to finish the last entry. Back in his own room, he calls Batman and informs him about everything that happened. Batman suggests searching Mr. Blake's room as he was mentioned in the diary. In the meantime, the masked man reads the diary and then burns it. The next night, Robin is on his way to the room of Mr. Blake when he gets distracted by a scream. Following the noise, he sees a man on the process of murdering the janitor. It's the madman from the beginning of the story. He notices Robin and lunges at him, and is quickly taken down by the boy Wonder, and presumably after that taken into the custody of the police. The next day, the staff is conversing about how the case is finished and the police will leave the grounds. At that night, Robin goes to Mr. Blake's room only to find him murdered. The police suspect and arrest Mr. Greer for the murder the very next day. Robin contacts Batman at that night again, and with the police thinking the case is finally completely closed, they leave the ground. Batman doesn't think so and has Robin keep an eye out, and Batman was right. Robin sees the masked man come out of Blake's room. He follows and discovers a secret tunnel behind one of the classrooms. The boy Wonder of course investigates and follows the masked man. He's led to an old house nearby, and it is here that everything falls into place. It is a counterfeit money printing scheme, and Robin arrives just in time to save Ted Spencer from being killed for knowing too much. Batman arrives while Robin fights the criminals, joining the boy Wonder, but it is Robin who takes down the fleeing masked man with a slingshot to the head. It is revealed that the masked man is the art instructor Mr. Graves, who ran that counterfeit money press with Mr. Blake and used the school as cover for their scheme. The story ends with Bruce praising Dick on his success in this case. I love the story for two reasons. First of all, it is a story with Robin at the front and center. Batman is the supporting character and stays that way over the whole story. Robin got guidance from Batman and help taking out the criminals, but the majority of the work, including the catching of the two main villains, is done by Robin. Second of all, and arguably even more important to me, is that this story lays a ground foundation of what Robin's and Batman's roles with each other are. It has great character moments and characterizations. Dick is sarcastic in his thoughts, and unless he is actively working the case, his only great time is while beating up the criminals. That isn't unique to this comic either. Dick loves fighting as Robin and only smiles while working as Robin or beating criminals up in every comic story prior to this one. More important than Dick being a grumpy boy who is delighted when he can fight criminals is that Batman is supportive and caring. He guides Robin's steps throughout the investigation and gives suggestions for follow-ups, and he trusts Robin to know what he can handle and to get the important pieces of information. At the very end of the story, he makes sure Robin is doing alright in that last fight. Batman, being a patient, caring, and guiding mentor for Robin, gets lost in many debates surrounding him and his sidekicks. Robin, being a competent detective in his own right and an important partner to the Dark Knight, is lost in those debates as well. And I think we should remember the origins of those characters and mantles and what they mean to and for each other and for the whole DC continuity to understand how they changed and what was lost with time. As fun and interesting as the drama between Batman and his Robins is, and at times it can create thought-provoking stories about the nature of a hero's sidekick and their role and meaning in the grander scheme of things, it shouldn't be the majority of their stories. They should work as a team, almost seamlessly fitting together, and it's sad to see it being forgotten so often in modern iterations. Alright lovelies, I hope you liked this little essay and I wish you all a kind time moving forward.